So we are doing the broccoli pizza again, and I recorded this before, but I wanted to do something a little different this time to simplify it a little bit. So instead of cutting it up, I decided to mash it, and I actually started it in a strainer, which helped me get rid of a lot of the water. But I also decided to add some Parmesan, which is going to dry it totally out. I also added some parsley, and then I'm going to add 2 eggs and then some cheese. And we should be able to get at least 2, I'm going to make 2 small pizzas with this. So I'm going to make 2 different pizza crusts with this one. So I'm going to add 2 eggs. And I absolutely love this recipe that I saw. I feel like it is a great, great, great healthy pizza. And it's definitely filling because it's so full of vegetables. I'm also gonna add some avocado as well. So I'm really gonna do something different with the crust this time. So we're gonna do our eggs, and our eggs really help it. Saving those for our plants. The eggs really help it stick when you bake the broccoli. So it's amazing the things that you learn. But I have stopped eating so much bread. So, and I'm just gonna continue to mash it. Make sure I got all those broccoli chunks out. And mix everything. And I'm also gonna add some salt and pepper. A lot of pepper. Make sure the broccoli is really good and seasoned. Mix those eggs up and all that stuff up really good. And I'm actually going to blend up an avocado in this because I want to just do something totally different with this one. And I wanted to add more vegetables. So I feel like the best thing to do is to add the avocado in with the crust. So we're gonna blend it in. Gotta grab another avocado. Never know what you're gonna get when you cut open an avocado. Hoping it's gonna be pretty green, and it's not always, but that right there is perfection. So because we want the avocado to cook in with the broccoli, we're gonna dump it right in with this broccoli before we bake. And it's gonna make a very wholesome crust. And it's gonna be tasty. I tell you, this is tasty. It is absolutely. And we save all our holes and all that stuff for our compost because we want to grow everything and recycle everything right back into that garden. So break that avocado up and blend it with that broccoli. And you already got, like, I actually put some garlic in the bottom of this pan too. So I already have garlic in here, broccoli, and avocado. So we're already starting off with a very good, healthy start. So I'm gonna mash it a little bit more, make sure I get it all mashed up. And because that avocado made it a little more wet, if that makes sense, we're going to add a little more Parmesan just to soak up that moisture so we can get a good crust out of it. And it's good to put this in your pan on some wax paper. So it's all mixed. You can't even tell the difference between the broccoli and the avocado. Looks yummy. So I am all out of wax paper, so I'm just gonna oil my pan really good because I don't want it to stick. And I believe that helped the process go a lot smoother. So we're just gonna scoop this out onto the pan like that. In a big old scoop. And we're gonna form a crust. I'm gonna start making this for parties. I'm gonna blow people's mind with a veggie pizza. People always think the vegetables can't be tasty. It just depends on who's cooking them. So we're gonna make that one a little bigger since the pan is bigger. We want to get all our ingredients. We're not leaving nothing behind. We don't waste around these parts. And scrape it all up. I always be looking for my garlic. Let me make sure I got all my garlic. Okay. So just wash my hands so you can just get in there and form you a nice crust. You don't want it too thick because you want it to cook evenly. So you just want to form it. And this is going to be so good with this avocado and this Parmesan. That's what I done different this time because I didn't do that last time. And I didn't mash it. I cut it up because that's what I saw in the video. And she sat and cut the broccoli up in small pieces and then she strained it. So I was like, well, you know what? I can eliminate both of those steps if I put it in my strainer and mash it. So I eliminated a lot of the water by doing it like that. And then adding my extra ingredients just to add my own little twist to it. And she made a pepperoni pizza, so we're gonna add mushrooms, we got spinach, we got onions, we have some banana peppers. We're gonna add some cheese, and then I think I have tomatoes. I gotta check and see. But you see how pretty that is? Form your crust. Yeah. You're gonna bake this for about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on your oven. I put mine on 350. So I'm gonna throw these in the oven and let them harden. So our crust is pre-cooked. Notice around the edges it's brown, so that means the bottom is good and toasted. Now we are going to add our toppings. And I'm going to do the spinach first. And you can cut this up however you like to. I just like to place it. Like, it makes it a lot easier. It's not one of those meals that has to be perfect looking, but it's going to still look amazing. I always eat the stems and all that good stuff anyway, so I just keep it whole. And it saves me a little time. So I'm going to fill it with spinach. Good for you, all that good iron. We don't need no sauce because we have avocado in the crust. We're going to add some cheese, and it's gonna melt on the top, and it's gonna create a little, you know, a little goodness. So we don't need any sauce. You just want it to be a healthy, nice, hearty meal. So got that on, and then we're gonna place our mushrooms. I like to place everything and then add the cheese so it just kind of melts in and closes it all together. These mushrooms look great. I like to buy stuff in bulk, so that's why if I can just throw it in the freezer, I will put it in the freezer and save myself some money so it won't go bad. So I keep the onions in long strips so I can just place them. Well, and I didn't cut up any garlic, but since I used minced garlic, I'm just gonna roll with it. And I love onions, so I'm just gonna add a ton of everything. I hate when I order a pizza and I'm searching for toppings. It's like, really? If that's what I paid for, right? All this extra bread you can keep. So this is why you make it at home. Hence the one hand. I cut my fingers, so I gotta use one hand now. Keep the other finger wrapped up. Trying to go in on these onions too strong. I was excited. So it's gonna be a pretty colorful pizza. Gonna be so pretty, you're not gonna want to eat it, but you're gonna want to eat it. So now it's time for some banana peppers. And we're just literally gonna put this back in the oven for about 15 minutes. You really don't need much time at all because it's a fresh pizza, so you're not trying to really just cook the vegetables. You want to roast them a little bit, and you want to blend everything. So we'll melt that cheese and blend it, and that is just beautiful. What I forgot to do is add a little seasoning, so we'll just do that now. I wanted to do it on top of the crust, but I have some lovely, lovely, lovely Sunshine by Tabitha. I'm so happy I found it. So I'm just going to coat the whole pizza with that. And then just a little bit of Lorry's. Then we're going to add some cheese. I'm still going to add a little Parmesan. Well, you know what? I'll save that when it's done, because the Parmesan will go on top when it's done. Not a little cheese, but a lot of cheese. You just want to make sure you mix that all around. But if it drops on that pan, it's going to burn. So you want to make sure you don't have any on the pan. It's looking amazing already. This is a tedious little job, but it's so fulfilling and it's so worth it to know every ingredient that's in your food when you make it at home. I don't always have the time to do this, but when I do, I make the time because I deserve it. Like, and that's why I make so much, because I'm going to have pizza for tomorrow too. I'll pop this in the air fryer and it'll be a whole new meal, I'm gonna tell you. A little bit more cheese, and then it's going back in the oven. Make sure you get all the rest of that in the bottom of the bag. Okay. Since I'm the only one eating, I don't have to make a lot, but I make enough. Ain't that pretty? Ain't that just so pretty? Wait till it breaks. Just wait. It's ready. Cheese is melted. Everything's sauteed and roasted really good. And I am ready. I gotta let it cool for a little bit and then I'm gonna cut it and eat.